I know I'm asking a lot, you guys, but hunker it down one more time.
Hunker Down Nation. Today, we're not talking about stats, scores, or game breakdowns. We're talking about Matt today. It's his birthday. Matt, you're another year older. Here's to another year of dropping epic takes, making this podcast legendary, and keeping our listeners on their toes. Man, I just want to say thank you for being an incredible co-host. Your energy, your insights, and yeah, even your questionable jokes sometimes make every episode a blast, man. It's incredible to have you. So today, I want you to forget the playbook. I want you to kick back, eat some cake, and celebrate you. Here's to another year of unforgettable moments, epic football talks, and keeping the Hunker Down podcast the best spot for all things college football. So happy birthday, Matt. Let's hunker down and make this year one to remember. Now, I'm going to dive in tonight into a topic about the transfer portal. We got some quarterbacks entering in there. Dylan Raiola, it's official. He's entering into the transfer portal. DJ Lagway. Why are quarterbacks walking away from their programs? Well, I'm going to dive into this tonight. If you think signing a 5-star quarterback guarantees you stability, think again. Because in today's college football world, the quickest way to lose a quarterback is uncertainty. These guys, they're not waiting around anymore, and that's why Dylan Raiola and DJ Lagway are both in the transfer portal. Let's start with Raiola. He didn't enter the transfer portal because of talent. That's never been the issue. He started for Nebraska day one. He was a highly sought-after recruit, but the reason he entered into the transfer portal, it's simple. It was about direction. It was about opportunity and belief in the long-term plan. When you're a former number one quarterback recruit, you expect a clear vision. Number one, how you'll be developed, when you play, and what the offense will look like. And the offense there, it just never clicked with him. And I think, in my opinion, that vision never really materialized. There was too much uncertainty for him, about the offense and whether he was truly the centerpiece for that team moving forward. When you don't feel like the program is fully committed to building around you, especially at quarterback, doubt, it can set in. On top of that, there's another layer to this that people can't ignore. His uncle, who was on the coaching staff as the offensive line coach, he was fired. So whether fans want to admit this or not, that really matters in this situation. Offensive line play directly impacts quarterback development, impacts protection of the quarterback, and impacts trust of the quarterback. So losing a coach that you're comfortable with, especially one tied closely to your family, only adds to the feeling of instability. That move likely sent a clear message to Raiola that the staff was changing direction, and once that happens, quarterbacks start asking some hard questions about their future. Obviously, Raiola isn't willing to sit through mixed messaging, and Nebraska is shifting their priorities, and he's choosing to leave now rather than risk his development stalling or his value dropping. So this move is about control over his future, his growth, and his opportunity to be the guy somewhere else. This isn't about impatience. This is about reality. Quarterbacks know that every year you sit is a year somebody else can pass you by. He was a starter day one, but a recruit can overtake your job. And Raiola is making a business decision for himself. He's betting on himself and resetting the clock before the situation can get worse. The next thing I want to talk about is DJ Lagway, whose situation is completely different, and it's now clear. Lagway is transferring because of the coaching change. Florida fired Billy Napier, but more specifically, he's transferring because that change created uncertainty that he did not sign up for. In my opinion, when the coach who recruited you leaves, the relationship, it resets. And quarterbacks don't benefit from resets. New coaches bring new systems, new evaluations, and sometimes new quarterbacks. So Lagway had a vision for his career, and that vision disappeared overnight. I see Lagway maybe going to LSU, maybe Miami, somewhere where he can fit in right away and, do some damage in the world of college football. Lagway, rather than gamble on whether the staff truly believed in him at Florida or whether he'd be forced into a system that didn't fit, he chose control of his situation. He chose certainty. And that's a smart move for a player with his skill set. This wasn't about running from competition, but it was about protecting development. And zooming out, this is the part of college football that fans, they don't always want to accept. Quarterbacks are no longer tied to logos or recruiting rankings. They're tied to plans. If there's no plan, or if the plan changes, they leave. Raiola, he saw a future without clear commitment and a staff shifting around him. So, that's why he chose to enter the transfer portal, and I can't blame him. Lagway, he saw a future altered by instability. Different situations, same conclusion. The transfer portal, it's not chaos, it's leverage, and quarterbacks are using it to better themselves. At the end of the day, this isn't about loyalty. It's not about panic. It's about reality. College football has changed, and quarterbacks are just adjusting faster than anybody else. Dylan Raiola, he's leaving because the vision didn't align with his expectations, and the staff around him changed. DJ Lagway is leaving because a coaching change wiped out the plan that he believed in. He wanted to stay at Florida. He wanted to be a Gator. But things happen. Where they land matters. Like I said, I think DJ Lagway could land at LSU. Dylan Raiola, I really don't know where he could go. Maybe Texas Tech. He was committed to Georgia. Maybe he surprises everybody and goes back to Georgia. I don't know. But where they land matters. But why they left matters more. Programs that don't offer clarity, commitment, and stability at quarterback are going to keep losing the talent at the most important position. That's going to do it tonight for this segment. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like and subscribe and share the show. We've got plenty more college football talk coming your way, so stay locked in, hunker down with us, and as always, thank you for listening. Happy birthday, Matt, and as always, we're going to say, go Dogs!
1, 2, 3.
I know I'm asking a lot, you guys, but hunker it down one more time.
Let me get a go Dogs.
Go Dogs!